Today, we will take a closer look at the latest developments in the Ukrainian front lines. We will provide a detailed analysis of the recent events, military movements, and the current situation on the battlefield. Stay with us to gain a deeper understanding of the changes on the ground and the impact of ongoing operations. March 30th, 2025. The Shkval Rapid Response Border Command post fighters continue to defend their position in the challenging conditions of the Cerebrian Forest. This area is known as one of the most difficult parts of the front line, and the conflicts here have become even more complicated with the full control of drones. The drones monitor every movement, severely disrupting vital processes such as logistical support and the evacuation of the wounded. The dirt roads in the region have made already challenging transportation even more dangerous. The mud formed by the rain and melting snow slows down the soldiers' mobility, forcing them to retreat to shelters to protect themselves from enemy airstrikes. This situation restricts the movements of Ukrainian forces on the ground and can leave them vulnerable. In the video, a Ukrainian infantryman talks about the threat posed by Russian drones. A Russian drone operator drops a bomb on the shelter where the Ukrainian soldier is located, but the bomb does not explode. This incident highlights how defenseless Ukrainian soldiers are against drones. The best defense is to find fully enclosed shelters that will not collapse from the impact of an explosion and stay there until the threat passes. The video describes how two Ukrainian soldiers survive and reach their positions in this way.
До позицій ми не дійшли, бо нас почали жорстко всіх палити дрони.
The drone operators notice that a Russian soldier is approaching their positions. The Russian soldier hides in a shelter. Meanwhile, the operators immediately prepare for a drone strike and set off. The Ukrainian operator hits the stationary target, neutralizing it. According to the drone operator, there are Russian infantry soldiers hiding in the area, and they are constantly waiting for them to step outside from their positions in order to strike them. The buggy vehicles used by Ukrainian forces in the area stand out for their speed and effectiveness. This vehicle is able to move faster than other vehicles. However, when asked whether there are any disadvantages to the buggy during a drone attack, it is noted that getting in and out of the buggy quickly is an advantage. Speed can be life-saving. While Ukrainian forces continue their efforts to rescue wounded soldiers, they are constantly threatened by Russian drones. As a result, evacuation operations can be extremely risky and challenging. The numerical superiority of Russian forces may make them more reckless, but for Ukraine, every soldier's life is crucial. Ukrainian soldiers operate not only strategically, but also with humanitarian values, putting in a tremendous effort to save each soldier's life. This video sheds light on the challenges Ukrainian forces face on the front lines. Although we follow the war through external footage, a real human struggle is happening there. The challenges, dangers, and sacrifices are not just seen by an audience, but are part of the survival struggle of soldiers caught in the midst of the war. March 23, 2025. The Phoenix Unit's border guards have achieved great success every week by destroying dozens of invaders and hundreds of enemy equipment. And they are accomplishing this solely with the help of drones. Drones have become one of the most important elements that enhance the effectiveness of this unit and shape the strategic advantages on the battlefield. One of the areas under the unit's responsibility is the front line south of Bakhmut, where the Russians continue to attempt to break through. This region is of critical importance to both sides and has been the scene of intense clashes. The drone operators of the Phoenix unit continuously monitor enemy lines and collect operational data, significantly contributing to Ukraine's defense strategies. The drone operators are perfectly coordinated, constantly providing each other with target information. Thanks to this coordination, the operators fly at high altitudes as they approach their targets, minimizing the risk of detection by the enemy. However, if the drones are spotted, the operators immediately maneuver to avoid being hit. In one operation, Ukrainian operators pursue a Russian tank. After being tracked for a while, the tank disappears, but the operators begin a search in the area. When the tank is found again, the operators closely monitor it, allowing them to obtain ammunition details. Following this, the Ukrainian operator delivers a precise strike, destroying the target. The way the drone operators work has become a crucial strategy that influences the dynamics of the war. After regularly planning their attacks, they return to the same area with a new drone to continue reconnaissance. These reconnaissance missions allow them to detect potential threats and intervene immediately when necessary. This flexibility is one of the cornerstones of the Phoenix unit's operational success. Moreover, Ukraine's Vampire drones hold a very important place on the battlefield. These drones are capable of performing versatile tasks, such as laying mines in the area. The Vampire drones can carry both anti-personnel, spiked, and anti-armor mines on the battlefield. Additionally, they are used for humanitarian aid, delivering materials like food, ammunition, and grenades to soldiers in the region. These supplies are of vital importance, especially for Ukrainian units fighting against Russian forces. The Vampire drones are particularly effective during nighttime operations. Night operations pose a serious threat to the Russian army because these drones, with their thermal cameras, can detect their targets throughout the night. Silently approaching, they can drop explosives on their targets, leaving Russian soldiers and armored vehicles vulnerable. This situation leads to a significant decline in the morale of Russian troops and makes night operations even more difficult. The 15-kilogram warheads carried by the Vampire drones cause severe damage to strategic points such as Russian tanks, ammunition depots, and logistics lines. The T-72, T-80, and T-90 tanks have suffered heavy losses in attacks by these drones. The drones' silent operation results in Russian troops being attacked without realizing it. These attacks create significant morale issues among Russian soldiers, causing them to move more cautiously in their operations. Russian forces are avoiding movement in insecure areas, which provides Ukraine with an operational advantage. Additionally, some Vampire drones carry electronic warfare equipment, which can disrupt Russian communication systems, weakening their coordination. This also plays a crucial role in Ukraine gaining strategic superiority. March 28, 2025. The 12th Azov Special Forces Brigade, part of the Ukrainian National Guard, continues its operations near Shcherbinivka in the Donetsk region. Ukrainian forces conducting reconnaissance in the area continue to detect the positions of Russian soldiers. During this operation, it is noticed that 2 Russian soldiers have taken shelter in a ruined garage. The building in question has a roof that is mostly collapsed, with cracked walls and debris. This structure, which is far from providing any protection for the Russian soldiers hiding inside, only serves as a temporary shelter. Likely exhausted and fatigued, the soldiers took refuge here for a brief break. However, they did not have the chance to regroup and move forward as planned. After identifying the position, Ukrainian operators quickly took action and launched an attack on the shelter. A precise strike, guided by drone footage, was carried out, and as a result of the explosion, the 2 Russian soldiers inside the garage were killed. In another footage, 2 Russian soldiers are attacked by Ukrainian forces while riding motorcycles. The road they are traveling on stretches across a terrain ravaged by the effects of war. At an unexpected moment, one of the soldiers is targeted and neutralized. The other, shocked by the attack, jumps off his motorcycle and takes cover beneath a power pole at the side of the road. At this moment, a Ukrainian drone appears in the air. The Russian soldier raises his weapon to try and shoot down the approaching drone, but fails. The soldier is struck by a precise shot from the operator and is killed on the spot. Other Russian soldiers in the area are also detected one by Ukrainian reconnaissance teams and neutralized. March 28, 2025. The 60th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Army launches an operation to neutralize Russian forces stationed near the village of Nove in the Donetsk region. With intelligence support, Ukrainian forces focus on enemy positions that have been identified, and in the early stages of the operation, a Russian soldier moving in the area is detected. At this time, the Russian soldier opens fire on a Ukrainian drone engaged in reconnaissance and assault tasks, attempting to shoot it down. However, the fire is inaccurate and the Ukrainian drone operator quickly retaliates, hitting the target precisely and killing the Russian soldier. After this initial intervention, Ukrainian forces continue to advance to clear enemy positions. Russian infantry positions are identified and targeted strikes are carried out, with other Russian elements in the positions being neutralized in a short time. As a result of the operation, Ukrainian forces break the Russian resistance in the area and establish control over the positions. March 29, 2025. In an operation in the Kherson region, Ukrainian soldiers neutralize a truck belonging to the Russian army, equipped with the Lorandit electronic warfare system. This nighttime attack deals a heavy blow to the Russian forces' electronic warfare capabilities in the area. During the operation, a Ukrainian soldier stealthily approaches the vehicle and pours a flammable substance on the truck, which is covered with camouflage nets. Soon, flames engulf the entire vehicle, and it is estimated that the Lorandit system on the truck becomes inoperable. The Lorandit system, developed by Russia, stands out as a next-generation technology designed to play a key role in electronic warfare operations against Ukraine. This system works in integration with an automatic control platform called Bylina, aiming to make electronic warfare attacks more organized and effective. The Russian army uses electronic warfare systems to target Ukraine's unmanned aerial vehicles, missile systems, and communication infrastructure. Lorandia can disrupt electronic signals on the battlefield, weakening the Ukrainian army's intelligence gathering, communication, and targeting capabilities. However, the Ukrainian army continues to counter these Russian threats with modern electronic warfare systems and advanced countermeasures provided by its Western allies. Ukraine is enhancing its capacity to resist Russia's electronic attacks by utilizing NATO-supported advanced electronic warfare technologies. Sophisticated radar and electronic jamming systems provided by Western countries are significantly limiting Russia's electronic warfare efforts. Additionally, Ukraine's successful UAV strikes and missile operations demonstrate that Russia's electronic defenses are not as strong as initially believed. March 29, 2025. We have previously discussed the pressure Ukrainian drone strikes create on Russian soldiers. Often, we witness the final moments of these attacks by simply watching footage from the camera. However, when we have footage showing the soldiers' reactions and the psychological atmosphere on the ground, we can better understand the impact of this pressure on the battlefield. This video is one of the clearest examples of this. In the video, a group of Russian soldiers is carefully moving along the edge of a wooded area in a golf cart. However, the silence among them and their cautious waiting suggests they are observing something. They are likely trying to hear the drone sound and are preparing for a possible attack.
Там наши работают, наши. Смотрим. Идет! Идет! Не знаю, шумит. Пошел.
After a brief period of silence, the sound of the drone is suddenly heard, and the soldiers panic and begin to move. The Russian soldier recording the video also mentions the sound. From that moment on, they start moving quickly and firing in an attempt to determine the drone's location. However, the Ukrainian drone suddenly reveals itself, and despite the Russian soldiers coordinating their fire, they fail to hit it.
Во! Ай, блядь!
The drone successfully strikes its target and an explosion occurs. While no fatalities are seen in the attack, the Russian soldier recording the video is wounded. This video highlights how drones on the battlefield are used not only as physical weapons but also as psychological ones. The soldiers do not know for sure whether the drone is there, and the difficulty of seeing it adds to the panic. Knowing they could be attacked at any moment makes their movements more cautious and hesitant. Such footage showcases the impact of Ukraine's drone warfare strategy on the battlefield and the psychological pressure it exerts on Russian forces. March 30th, 2025. The close-quarters combat carried out by Ukrainian forces in the Kursk region is closely observed in this video. According to the operation footage we obtained, Ukrainian soldiers are tasked with clearing houses in abandoned villages. These types of operations usually require intense fighting and careful tactical movements, as each house may harbor hidden enemy elements inside. The video starts with direct combat moments. As the Ukrainian soldiers clear the area, they initially line up in an orderly fashion at the entrance of the house.
Move! 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 Brother, move!
We got enemy in there! Is there enemy in there?
Possible. Frag it in.
Grenade!
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 After a grenade is thrown inside, an explosion occurs. Following the explosion, suppressive fire is initiated. Ukrainian soldiers, firing from different angles, move in a coordinated manner to secure the area around the house and neutralize the enemy.
Where's my mic?
It's voices!
Inside right! Inside right! Come on! Inside right!
Inside voice! There's Russians! There's voices inside!
Clear, clear.
After a while, Ukrainian forces enter the house. The combat continues inside as well. Another grenade is thrown and suppressive fire is used to maintain pressure on the enemy.
Grenade in!
Throw another fucking grenade!
Throw another grenade into these. Did you get contact?
Find another grenade!
Throw another grenade or fucking
Grenade! Ah! Shoot! Shoot! Go! 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 In! I can't see shit!
At the end of the operation, the Russian soldiers inside the house are neutralized. These kinds of operations require both tactical skill and composure, as every move directly impacts the soldiers' safety and the success of the operation. With this operation, Ukrainian forces have established control over the area and neutralized the enemy.